About a month ago, I had this idea for a video that I considered to be somewhat controversial, so much to the point where I debated whether or not I wanted to actually make a video based off this idea. So, what I decided to do was first and foremost take the idea to the Discord community. By the way, we have an awesome Discord community, and see what they thought about it. So I put it in Discord, and we're going to go over their thoughts, and then your thoughts, your views, your opinions regarding this idea is also welcome below in the comment section. So what is the idea, GB? Well, if you read the title, you probably know. An Outlaw Store in Red Dead Online. Very similar to the gold bar store. In fact, it would work the same way. You would go down to the store and you would have the ability to go into the gold bar store for those of you that like buying gold bars, or for everyone else that wants to go to the Outlaw store to buy certain items that they previously missed out on. So I had this idea for an Outlaw store. I ran by the Discord community, and the idea would be to rotate items from previous Outlaw Passes like Outlaw Pass 1, 2, 3, etc. for players to purchase with gold bars, whether earned or purchased through the gold bar store, like Red Dead Redemption character outfits, horse masks, camp flags, dogs, weapon wraps, unique clothing items, etc. And this is what some of you in our Discord community had to say about this idea. First off, with Kari, he thought it would be a great idea, especially since people on PC didn't get any of the stuff from the first Outlaw Pass. And in case you weren't here whenever the first Outlaw Pass came out, you missed out on getting items from Outlaw Pass 1, 2, 3, as well as the Halloween Pass. But Outlaw Pass 1 expired prior to the launch of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online. So players on PC didn't get a chance to get the items from the very first Outlaw Pass. Pixel Piggy says this would be a good idea, but it shouldn't be limited to just Outlaw Pass items. They could add items unique to the store itself. They could also add some limited stock items from the catalog. Nick said, I like this idea. I think it's great for players that never got a chance to buy the passes or finish them. Karunzi says, I guess this could make sense. They could rotate some of the items like they did with the limited stock items that are in the clothing store occasionally. Rockstar needs all the help they can get to make players spend gold, and they run out of drip feed items quickly, so that would help them as well. And finally, Red said, the concept you propose is ideal specifically for new players, but knowing Rockstar and their love of money would be abused to sell anything with abusive price. Is a good idea on paper, but in the game, it's scary how the developer can charge for anything who could be considered rare or unique. And I feel like all those suggestions by everybody that participated in our Discord pretty much will reflect your opinion one way or the other. And like I said, I don't really know if this is, at the end of the day, a great idea. It could be a terrible idea, but obviously there are a lot of other games out there, Fortnite, Rocket League, Dead by Daylight, etc., that have their own stores, which they use to sell cosmetic items for real money through microtransactions. Love it or hate it, microtransactions are what make a lot of these games continue to run and continue to be supported with future content going down the road. So Red Dead Online is no exception. Rockstar obviously is going to continue to have ways for players in the game to spend gold. Fortunately, we still have ways of earning gold bars in Red Dead Online. Even though it's a lot more difficult now because they nerfed the daily challenges, you can still theoretically earn gold bars. So the concept of creating an Outlaw Pass store where you would have these unique items from previous Outlaw Passes, as we've mentioned already, like hats, gauntlets, emotes, horse masks, unique outfits featuring some of the members of the Vanderling gang, as well as gun wraps, various camp flags, outfits for crypts, and more for players to purchase in the Outlaw store with gold bars. Whether or not they earn those gold bars in the game or simply purchase them through the gold store remains to be seen, and I'm sure Rockstar and Take-Two would prefer it if players went into the gold bar store in order to buy those gold bars. I think there needs to be some sort of waiting period before they do add certain Outlaw Pass or Halloween Pass items. I think there should be like a 6 to 12 month waiting period to the previous pass. Like, for example, it's been over a year since Outlaw Pass 1 and 2 came out. So early on, you would make the content, the items from Outlaw Pass 1 and 2 available in the Outlaw Store. And then eventually, once we reach the 6 to 12 month mark for Outlaw Pass 3, that's when Rockstar would add the Outlaw Pass 3 items. And then around October 21 is when they would add the Halloween Pass items from this past year. And then next December 2021 is when you would see the Outlaw Pass 4 items. That's how I think that the Outlaw Store should go. That way, players are encouraged to still do the Outlaw Pass. And it's a better way to go because you're getting all those items and you're getting, well, most of your gold bars back. Whereas if you have to wait 6 to 12 months to spend gold bars on this hat or this outfit or a camp flag or a dog, etc., obviously you wouldn't be getting those gold bars back. It would, at the end of the day, cost more to buy all the items from the Outlaw Store than through the Outlaw Pass. But at the same time, there might be a specific dog or horse mask or a Vanderlyn outfit or something for Crips that you like to see him wear, or a unique camp flag, maybe one of the fictional state flags. And you may just want that, and you're willing to pay a few gold bars to get it. I would like, ideally, for the gold bar price tags for these Outlaw Store items to be reasonable. Obviously, some of them will be more than others. Like, for example, the Vanderlyn outfits. I feel like those will probably be like the top tier amounts. You'd probably pay more gold bars for those, as well as maybe those camp dogs, as well as some of the camp flags. Some of them would be a little bit cheaper depending on the popularity of this camp flag or that camp dog, and the outfits for Crips and various other hats and outfits and gun wraps as well. And the emotes would probably be some of the cheaper items in the Outlaw Store. Now, the reason why this could cause a bit of a debate within the Red Dead Online community is because there's some of you that worked really hard since Outlaw Pass 1 all the way up to now to earn your Outlaw Passes to max them out in order to get those unique items. And maybe you don't really want to see other players running around with those unique items. You want to feel like they're unique, they're outfits you got through the previous Outlaw Pass, and anyone that missed out on Outlaw Pass 1, 2, 3, or the Halloween Pass, you probably feel like it's on them, it's their fault. Even players that unfortunately were not able to even have access to Outlaw Pass 1 because they happened to be on PC at the time, and Red Dead Online wasn't even on PC whenever Outlaw Pass 1 was happening. However, I think that if you put a window right where you have to have at least 6 to 12 months go by before those items become available, I think that might be a good way to appeal to some people in the community that are openly against the idea of adding Outlaw Pass items from previous passes to an Outlaw Store. Pixel Piggy did bring up a good idea, or maybe it's a bad idea. Who knows how this is going to go. But in addition to Outlaw Pass and Halloween Pass items, there's also the possibility of Rockstar adding additional unique items to the Outlaw Store. But at the same time, this is one that I am not exactly on board with, because Rockstar already adds unique limited stock items to the clothing store already that they rotate in and out every now and then. And I feel like that should be separate than what they have here when it comes to the Outlaw Store. But then again, maybe some very rare items. Perhaps reskins of character outfits from Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Revolver would be kind of cool to be added to the Outlaw Store. Something like that would be interesting. I mean, I could see a need for Rockstar to not only appeal to players that missed out on these items from previous Outlaw and Halloween passes, but also to veteran players that have already been there, done that, got all the items anyways through the Outlaw passes, and just give something a little bit more enticing in the Outlaw Store for us to consider purchasing, us being veteran players. So I could see that going either way, but at the same time, if they start adding items to the Outlaw Store that are just individual items that weren't involved in a pass, then at the same time, you have to wonder, well, what's the point of them adding items to the catalog or to the clothing store or any of the other shops if they're simply going to just put that over into the Outlaw Store. So it is kind of a slippery slope when it comes to non-Outlaw Halloween Pass items also being included with the Outlaw Store. But then again, maybe adding the limited stock clothing items to the Outlaw Store could be an idea as well. But unfortunately, the problem there is if all the items in the Outlaw Store are gold only, you have some cash limited stock items that once moved over to the Outlaw Store, would Rockstar justify slapping gold price tags to those items as well? So it's definitely a controversial idea, I admit. But at the end of the day, it's very possible that Rockstar will follow suit with other developers out there creating their own store, similar to what we have once again in Rocket League, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight, a variety of other online games that are out there. The question that I now ask to you is, do you think that the Outlaw Store is a potentially good idea, a great idea, or a bad idea? Your thoughts, your views, and opinions regarding an Outlaw Store in Red Dead Online, as always, welcome below in the comment section.